Christianity, in its essence, is about following a defined path, a path of righteousness and love. This path, often referred to as orthodoxy, is paved with doctrines, interpretations, and traditions. It is believed to be the way to salvation, the route to a meaningful relationship with God. This adherence to orthodoxy shapes the moral compass of its followers. It guides their actions, influences their decisions, and forms the foundation of their interactions with the world. Yet, within the very scriptures that outline the path, we are reminded of grace, forgiveness, and the inherent imperfection of humanity. True faith, as preached by Christ himself, emphasizes compassion, humility, and understanding. The path to salvation is about striving for a compassionate and forgiving heart. Within the framework of Christianity, promises hold immense weight. They are considered sacred covenants, imbued with spiritual significance. This sanctity stems from the belief that God himself is a promise keeper. Throughout the scriptures, we find accounts of God making and fulfilling promises to his people. This divine example sets the standard for human interactions. When a Christian makes a promise, they are pledging their integrity and commitment. This understanding elevates promises beyond casual agreements. When someone is grieving or struggling, a promise of support becomes a beacon of hope. It signifies solidarity, a commitment to walk alongside them through their trials. Loss is an inevitable part of the human experience. It can manifest in various forms: the death of a loved one, the end of a relationship, the loss of a job, or even the loss of a dream. Each loss leaves its own unique mark, a void that can feel impossible to fill. In the aftermath of such loss, we seek solace, support, and a sense of grounding. I have known such loss. The passing of my spouse left me reeling, adrift in a sea of grief. It was during this period of profound vulnerability that a fellow believer, someone I considered a pillar of our community, stepped forward with a promise of support. Their words were a balm to my wounded heart, a lifeline in the midst of my despair. However, as weeks turned into months, the promised support dwindled. The betrayal, though perhaps unintentional, cut deep, amplifying the already profound pain of grief. This experience left me grappling with unsettling questions. Could this failure to keep a promise be indicative of a deeper issue? Was it possible that their faith, their outward piety, was more about appearance than genuine compassion? Narcissists are often skilled at presenting a charming and charismatic facade. Their promises, while delivered with seeming sincerity, are often driven by a desire to be seen as a good person, or to garner admiration and praise. Their faith, in essence, becomes a tool for self-promotion rather than a genuine expression of love and compassion. The impact of broken promises within a faith community can be particularly devastating. The very foundation of such a community is built on trust, on the belief that fellow believers will act with integrity and uphold their commitments. When this trust is broken, it creates a ripple effect, eroding the sense of safety and security that should be inherent within a faith-based support system. The disappointment and hurt caused by such betrayals can lead to cynicism, skepticism, and a reluctance to seek or offer support in the future. It can create divisions within the community, sowing seeds of doubt and suspicion. This erosion of trust can make it challenging to rebuild relationships and foster a genuine sense of belonging. Coping with the disappointment of broken promises, especially within the context of faith, is a deeply personal journey. It requires a delicate balance of acknowledging the pain, extending forgiveness, and finding ways to move forward without allowing bitterness to take root. One crucial step is to remember that even within the church, a human institution, perfection is an illusion. Of making mistakes, falling short, and sometimes for our own emotional and spiritual well-being. Holding on to resentment and bitterness only serves to poison us from within. Finally, it is essential to remember that our faith is not dependent on the actions of others, but on our relationship with God. Our focus should remain on Christ, on His teachings, and on striving to embody His love and compassion in our own lives.